Satsuki Bakugo, aspiring hero. Will you join the League of Villains?
Oh yeah, you guys seem like
Don't
fun,
throw yourself
normal.
into traffic.
Yeah.
That's something.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is my beautiful wife, Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 3, Episode 8 of My Hero Academia, From Ida to Midoriya.
Last episode, we dealt with the aftermath of that massive fight at the camp, and Bakugo was taken with Kirishima saying he wants to go after him and Ida voicing some dissent. What are your thoughts before we jump into this episode?
I'm very curious to see how the villains treat Bakugo, or just kind of what that situation is.
Interesting.
If you want someone to join you, kidnapping them is
Pretty
typically,
poor choice.
most of the time, not a way that's going to work.
Yeah.
So how is joining up? How are they planning on doing that?
Good question, and I think we'll get our answer this episode. But if you are excited for more episodes of My Hero Academia, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below for episodes coming every Sunday and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes early, they're all posted to Patreon and they're extended full-length forms. And are we excited for episode 8 of Season 3 of My Hero Academia?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
I'm in a real giggly mood.
You're
Welcome to
enamored.
UA High, the prestigious
Yeah.
school that's turned out some of the world's
Welcome to
greatest
UA
heroes.
High. We get our
I'm running
kids
toward my
kidnapped.
dream in these halls, learning to overcome
You should
obstacles
send
and
your
save
kids
people with
here.
a smile on my face. That's how I'll become the greatest hero in the world. All Might told me there'd always be people beyond our reach that we can't protect, even though we want to. Which is
Twinkling.
why we have to save the people
Always
we can
twinkling.
reach. I was so close to being able to save him. I needed to save him. Had to. That's the entire reason I have my quirk. My body wouldn't move. I couldn't save someone who was right in front of me. And since I failed, he's gone.
All right, then let's go get him.
We have to leave this to the professionals! It's not the right time for us to get involved! Idiots!
Maybe, but all I know is that at camp, I couldn't do anything. I heard my friend was targeted, and I just stood by, helpless. So if I stand by and do nothing now, how am I supposed to call myself a hero or a man? Come on! He's still within your reach. We can save Bakugo.
What are they gonna do?
So, let me get this straight. You're going to get Momo to make you another receiver, track a bad guy, and then try to save Bakugo all by yourselves?
Yeah. The villains who attacked the camp planned to kill some of us, but they took Bakugo alive. What we don't know is how long they'll let him live. That's why we're going after him.
Have the two of you lost your minds?
Hey, calm down. I get how frustrated Kirishima is, and how Todoroki feels since he couldn't grab Bakugo. I'm upset too. But we can't let our emotions get the best of us, right?
We should just leave this to All Might. Mr. Aizawa only gave us permission to fight and use quirks at the training camp.
Aoyama is correct. Though I'm part of the reason we failed, so I can't talk.
You guys!
Listen, we're all shocked that Bakugo was taken from us, but we have to be rational. It doesn't matter how noble your intentions. If you go out there trying to find the bad guys, knowing you're breaking the rules, then you're acting like villains, not heroes.
What?
Not with the melon.
Sorry for interrupting you guys, but I need a moment alone with Midoriya.
Sure, let's bolt. I want to see how Jiro and Hagakure are doing.
Good idea.
Yeah, okay. Feel better, Deku?
Thank you for visiting me.
We talked to Yaoyorozu yesterday. If we're doing this, it's tonight. Look, I know you've got some pretty hardcore injuries, so I don't know if you can go. But I wanted to invite you since you probably feel the worst. We'll meet in front of the hospital after dark.
What do you make of that whole scene?
Okay, lots of things to talk about there. Okay, the idea that if you break the rules of being a hero to be a hero, then that's not heroic. I don't think it's the same thing as being a villain because I think the intention is important, but also there's so much of like group attacks and strategy that is dependent on everyone doing what they're told to do and what they say they're going to do, to a degree that if someone deviates from that, it can throw off the plan in a way that could injure or kill people the same way that a villain would. And then like the reality for the person who died isn't different because they were killed by a villain versus being killed by something crazy, unexpected happening in a battle because someone went rogue vigilante.
That's like, what about the whole Stain thing? So you think they did nothing wrong there? I guess so.
What do you mean?
They rushed in and used their quirks without authorization and ended up hurting Stain really bad.
Yeah. I think there are definitely exceptions, like in that situation where it was literally just them and Stain, there weren't other people involved. But with so many other higher level professional heroes orchestrating a rescue mission, if you decide you're gonna go do your own little side thing and not tell them, that could completely screw up their operation, which is a problem. In the situation with Stain, there wasn't an active operation going on that they knew about that they were gonna be getting in the middle of.
Dicey material.
Exactly.
You'll perform some pretty strong healing on your arms while you're unconscious, so you should be able to move them around fairly well.
Wow.
But they were seriously messed up. You've done absurd damage to your body in the last few months. And frankly, this is a whole new league of trauma.
You mean I was hurt a lot worse this time?
I took a close look at your charts. Your past injuries were bad. Splintered bones and ripped muscles that were painful, sure, but could eventually be repaired. This time, the damage was devastating. Usually, a person's body has limiters that keep it from using more than 80% of its power at any given point. But in a crisis situation, it's possible for those limiters to fall away, allowing someone to use 100%. We call it hysterical strength. The reason we have those limiters in the first place is because our bodies can't handle that type of strain. You had this hysterical strength, and because of that, your power ended up overcharged for an extended period. It's bad for your bones and muscles to get battered, of course, but it's worse for your ligaments. Ligaments protect the joints, and yours have seriously degraded. In other words, if you sustain this type of injury, even just 2 or 3 more times, I don't think you're going to be able to move your arms anymore.
Oh.
For now,
focus
on rehabilitation. Use them a lot,
2 or
even if it
3?
hurts, and we'll leave the rest to UA. I'll discharge you today so you can go home and take it easy. Take this seriously.
Right. Thanks for your help, Doctor. I'm sorry for any trouble I caused.
Recovery Girl's fed up with you. But, hey, I get the impression that's nothing new. Also, don't forget, you did save someone.
Aww.
Healing begins in the
Coda.
mind. Try not to worry. Stay positive.
So he made an impact.
All right.
Dear Mr. Midoriya, I'm sorry I punched you in the balls. Thank you for saving me.
Great
even though you just
opening.
met me. Please get better soon so I can thank you in person, okay? Coda.
Pretty big deal from him.
Yeah.
Coda. Hi, Mom. Yeah, I was discharged, but there's something I have to do, so I won't be home until tomorrow or so. Yeah. I can move now, at least. My body feels kind of run down and sluggish, though, even with all the healing they performed on me. I heard it's because UA wants a close eye on the students. Well, that, and they want to keep the media out as long as they can.
Zuko, do you really have to go back to UA?
Ooh.
There's a call for you.
She doesn't want him to.
Yeah, what do you make of that?
Okay, so she doesn't want him to go back. Yikes. I mean, understandable from a mom's point of view.
Yeah, like every half semester your son breaks
Yeah,
both of his arms.
literally. Like, there are only so many times you can be called by the hospital before you're like, are you trying to give me a heart attack? Like, come on. So I get that, but that's like, I mean, to be fair, she didn't say like, you're not going back. It was just like a, do you have to? But that's a pretty big proposed change.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Mr. Sukauchi from the police department.
I'm listening.
We would like to request your assistance, sir.
I've received an emergency summons and must
They
leave
called
this
Endeavor.
place in your hands. Be strong as heavyweight Denim without smart.
Invest
All right.
Keep the fabric of society safe.
You got it!
Your heart's a flutter, I know.
Yeah, Kenny, it's not like that.
They got number 5 too.
All right.
Number 10, Gang Orca.
Gran Torino.
Oh, they're getting the Avengers.
All right. Oh boy.
So they got the whole squad together.
You want me to make a new receiver?
Yes, please.
You must know what we're planning.
I do. Let me think about it.
I wonder what Yaoyorozu decided.
No matter how much we want to go after him, it's her choice.
She's here.
Midoriya.
Oh boy.
So how about it? You decide?
I think that...
Hold on.
Ida's here.
Ida.
Why are you here?
You. Why did it have to be you two of all people? The ones who stopped me when I acted recklessly. Who received amnesty with me after Hosu. Why are you trying to make the same stupid mistakes I made? Didn't you learn?
What are you talking about?
They don't even know.
No.
You're still just students. And UA's in a bad position as it is. Anything we do will reflect on our school. Don't you
That's
get
the
that?
other
Tina,
thing.
we have to. I know you don't like us breaking rules, but...
He literally just got out of the hospital.
Yep.
Looks just fine to me. How about you, Doctor?
Oh, I'll take it from here, nurse.
I'm the class rep, damn it! I'm worried about all my classmates, not just Bakugo! When I saw your injuries, all I could think of was my brother in the hospital. What if your bodies end up irreparable just like his? Because I didn't step in! Have you not stopped to think about where I'm coming from? Or are you saying that you don't care how I feel?
Of course I do.
Ida, you've got it wrong. We don't expect to face them head on and win. We'll get him back without fighting.
Yeah, we'll be stealthy. I'm talking covert ops here. We can rescue him without breaking
Right, yeah, they're just gonna leave him unattended.
Trust in Todoroki's judgment, but still, things could always go wrong. So I'll join you as backup. I'll stand behind my classmates.
You can't be serious.
You're the best.
Okay. Solid in between.
But if I can still move at all,
Dude.
I can't just sit still.
Bro.
Reach out and do something.
No self
preservation.
Yeah.
There are stories about every hero, how they became great.
The All Might
Most
merch.
have one thing in common. Their bodies moved before they had a chance to think, almost on their own.
We'll never agree. So I'm going to come with you.
All right. Yeah.
After the USJ and Hosu attacks, We thought we'd seen true evil, that the worst was over.
We've
Nope.
gathered some of our finest heroes here today.
Never ever is
Now,
that true.
Let's talk strategy.
What a squad.
Oof. Endeavor looks so evil. Like, come on.
But I mean, you saw he was a great hero.
I don't care.
No, but you have to admit, he was great at being a hero. Wouldn't you say?
I did say that. I'm saying right now, he looks like a villain. His character design is villainous. Like,
We've gathered some of our finest heroes here today. Now, let's talk strategy.
that's true. There's a rescue component that's like bedside manner.
I'll ask you one more time, Katsuki Bakugo, aspiring hero. Will you join the League of Villains?
Oh yeah, you guys seem like fun, normal.
Into traffic.
Yeah.
But something far worse was about to begin.
Go throw yourself into traffic. Good comeback.
Yeah.
That was actually a really good one. Squad.
Midoriya. I shouldn't have hit you back there. I'm sorry.
Oh, you think?
Forgive me.
How about your foot? Like
I have some
Him on the
concerns,
steps
Eva.
of the hospital.
What exactly is your
Literally.
justification for changing your mind and joining us?
Hey, it's fine. You don't need to apologize.
To be clear, I'm coming because I don't condone your behavior. It's as simple as that. If there's even a hint that physical combat might break out, I'll make you retreat immediately. So in other words, I'm your watchman. Exactly what we needed.
The same goes for me. Rescuing Bakugo is a job for the pros. Objectively speaking, there's no reason for any of us to go after him. However, I understand how each of you
Okay.
feels, so I'm compromising. Don't forget that.
Right. Understood.
A rescue without us fighting. It's not plausible. The others are so driven by frustration that they're blinded. But once they see the situation firsthand and realize how difficult it will be, they should understand their plan is completely unrealistic.
Then why are we walking towards
The no fighting plan, there's no way.
Yeah, what do you think of this plan?
Like, what are we thinking? Like, genuinely, what are we thinking? He's gonna be just like hanging out in a room by himself, unattended, no guards.
Yeah.
With a window to the outside that no one's looking at.
Yeah.
What? Like,
We'll see how it goes for him.
that's unreasonable.
The coordinates indicate Kamino Ward, Yokohama City in Kanagawa Prefecture. Our travel time will be about 2 hours from here. We should arrive around 10 o'clock tonight.
So, did you tell the rest of the
I
class
don't know
about
why
this?
taking public transit on a rescue mission is so funny.
Yeah.
Best to talk us out of it.
Yeah, even Uraraka ganged up on us and tried to get us to change our minds.
Oh,
I just
shit.
don't know, you guys. Think about what Bakugo would want. We just make everything worse, I'm afraid.
Anyway.
Stick back. Deku! Just to make sure, you know we're going against everyone's wishes and being completely selfish by doing this. We can call this off if we want to.
Does it look like I want to turn back? Bakugo wouldn't think twice about going after the villains if he were here.
What about you, Midoriya?
He's my friend.
Meddling where you don't technically have to is the essence of being a hero.
Mom. All Might gave me everything. He trusted that I'd make the most of his quirk. I refused to turn
Whoa.
back.
Transition.
Yeah, very cool.
I see. All right then.
They're going for it.
Wow.
So this is Kamino Ward.
It's so crowded.
Camino,
Villains are
another
hiding
Star Wars
somewhere in
reference.
this city. Just tell me where to go!
Wait a second! From now on, we're going to need to be extremely careful. These criminals already know what we look like, remember? We have to consider that we could be attacked at any moment.
Yeah, you're right. Stealth mode.
You're standing out even more, Midoriya. We won't be able to scout effectively if we're recognizable.
That's stealthy.
Okay, so
right
what should
there.
we do?
I have an idea, though it is a bit old school.
Very cool.
What you looking at?
What?
This is me, incognito.
Now we're blending perfectly.
Fantastic.
I feel so ridiculous.
You look great.
I don't know, I kinda dig it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good look.
Yeah, that's not. I feel like that's. Yeah. That still works with his current look.
You gotta stick your chin out more.
You talking to me?
That's it.
We're just a few scoundrels cruising for hot girls.
Close enough.
Great disguises. We'd stand out in this district dressed like kids.
Yaoyorozu, couldn't you have used your cloak for this to save money?
Well, technically, but
that's
against
true.
the rules. If I started making everything, think of the impact on the economy. We must ensure the flow of commerce. That's right. It's our civic
Capitalist
duty as
Yaoyorozu?
citizens.
Sure. So the rich
That's
girl
so
just wants to
funny.
go shopping, huh?
Girl math from Yaoyorozu.
Yes.
It's for the economy.
Yep.
It would collapse.
Let's return to a
Oh,
short
boy.
clip from the UA High School press conference that just wrapped up.
Mr. Aizawa, Vlad King, and the principal.
We are here to apologize. A recent incident allowed harm to come to 27 first-year heroes, and we staff were ill-prepared. We take responsibility for any trauma caused by our negligence. It's our duty to train heroes, but also to protect heroes in training.
Oh, by the way, this takes place in the future, just so you know.
He hates being on TV.
What do you mean?
Like, our timeline right now in real life is 2023. This is like 2200.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is crazy. He hates being on TV.
I'll take the first question. Since the beginning of the year, UA students have had 4 encounters with villains. This time there were students who were gravely injured. How did you explain this to their families? And what are some of the specific steps you're taking to ensure their safety in the future?
Remind me
media should know
who
what
that
UA's based-
guy is.
That's Eraserhead. That's that's the Eraser.
Oh wow, I
that's-
just
yeah,
did
he
not
just
recognize
cleaned
him
up,
at
yeah.
all.
Yeah, no, it's Aizawa.
Oh, okay.
TV.
I'll take the first
All right.
question. Since the
That's
beginning of the
Aizawa.
year, UA
Wow.
students have had 4 encounters with villains. This time there
You
were
can tell by
students
the
who were
eye
gravely
strain.
injured. How did you explain this to their families? And what are some of the specific steps you're taking to ensure their safety in the future?
The media should know what UA's basic position is since they didn't cancel the sports festival. They just want him to look bad. They're treating them like villains.
We will increase patrols around the school grounds and review security measures within the school. The safety of UA students is our main priority, make no mistake about it.
What are these dudes thinking?
They're gonna get those kids killed.
They should be ashamed. Increase patrols?
Not a good look.
Not
What
good
about
at
the
all.
rest of us?
The mood was changing. You could feel it in the air. People were turning against heroes. And if we didn't do something, it was just going to get worse.
Wow.
Isn't that strange? The heroes are becoming the bad guys. Seems like they're not dealing with this very well at all. So much criticism. But everyone makes a mistake or two, right? It's not like they're supposed to be perfect. Modern day heroes sure have it rough. Don't you think, Bakugo?
Once a hero receives payment to protect people, they aren't a real hero anymore. That's what Stain's actions taught us.
A hero in this current system only cares about money and glory. And since society buys into those idiotic rules, anyone deemed a loser is shoved aside. So we want to pose some questions. What is a hero? What is justice? Is this society truly fair? Soon, everyone will be asking. That's when we'll know we've won. And you like winning, don't you? Dobby, let him go.
You know he'll just fight.
It's fine. We're recruiting him, so we should treat him as an equal. Besides,
Okay,
he's
okay.
smart enough to know he can't take us all, right? After all,
Well,
UA
I
students are
actually
so
don't think
clever.
that's true.
Hey, Twice, you do it.
Sure thing. No way.
Do it.
Oh, man.
I do apologize for such forceful methods, but please understand that we aren't some kind of unruly mob committing crimes without a third act in mind. We didn't kidnap you by accident.
Even though our backgrounds are different, everyone here has suffered. Because of people, rules, and heroes who try to hold us back. I'm sure you're the same.
Shigaraki! I'm done listening to your endless talking. Can you not get to the point, or do you just like your own voice? Basically what you're saying is you want to cause some trouble and you want me to join you. Well, screw you.
Did you see what he just did?
Wow.
Man, it doesn't get any cooler than All Might. That's why he's the greatest. No matter how much trouble he's in, he's always the winner.
I like to
The
win.
smile.
I want
Yeah.
to win just like All Might. No matter what you have to offer me. That will never change, do you understand?
Because being a villain is never winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knocked the hand off.
Yeah. Father, when he looked at his hand.
Interesting, to say the least. And that is where we are left for episode 8 of season 3 of My Hero Academia.
You can't run any more League of Villains because we are here now.
Oh.
Let's go.
Fantastic.
What are your first thoughts?
I thought it was very, very interesting and kind of telling of like the villain league, that Shigaraki's plan to like get Bakugo on their side was just asking him questions.
Yeah.
And just making him think about things.
And he's blasted the hand off his face.
Yeah, no, seriously. And then he said father. And it was shortly after Bakugo was talking about All Might. He looked at the hand and said father.
Lots to think about on that one.
That's just a weird thing to do.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed that episode and are excited for more episodes of My Hero coming every Sunday and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, they're all posted to Patreon in their extended full-length forms. We have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Jinchurki87 asks, what are your thoughts on Sue's comment to Kirishima that if you're going to save Bakugo, knowing you're breaking the rules, you're acting like villains?
I think I agree with the sentiment. I think I get where she's coming from. I don't think it's the exact same thing, but I do think it makes you not heroic. I don't think being not heroic makes you a villain, but it's just not being heroic. Exactly.
You're thinking like Stain? Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you are. All right, let's go to our second question, Stain. Markabel Jaden asks, why do you think the League specifically picked Bakugo to convert to the evil side?
I think it was his performance in the festival. He just seemed like the one with the shortest fuse, the most like emotional, and typically the more emotional people are, the easier it is to get them on your side, because when you're emotional, you're not thinking logically. I think they could also tell by the way he competed and interacted with his fellow competitors that his priority is not being perceived as this like heroic figure. It's to win. He wants to be the best. He wants to be champion of things. And if you offer someone the ability to achieve their like ultimate goal in a different arena, I feel like you have a much higher likelihood of getting someone to switch over than. I feel like it's really hard to change someone's goals, and so they needed to find someone whose goals they could make align with their own thing. And like obviously being a #1 hero, you can't do that and also be in the League of Villains. But from their perspective, if your whole thing is winning, you define winning, you know, that's different for everyone. They could maybe make that work. They just had no idea that winning to Bakugo was very different.
Yeah, messed up by them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to our final question. Final question. The Lorax asks, what are your thoughts on the shifting attitude of the public towards heroes? Do you think the reactions are justified?
Oh, I think it totally is justified. I think especially in situations where these people aren't being presented as like, these are normal run-of-the-mill people who happen to be gifted with this skill and they're trying their best to improve their lives for their fellow man. No, they're a hero. They're a superhero. They're celebrities. They're superstars. They're bigger than life. That's a completely different way of like selling quirks, kind of. So then when you're in situations where you're seeing them make the kinds of mistakes that people in their position shouldn't be making, then you absolutely can and should question that.
All right, Stain. Okay, Stain. You look so shocked. All right.
It's not that.
These criminal heroes.
That's not
doing
what I'm
it only
saying.
for money.
I'm saying just because someone is a hero, that doesn't mean that they're all not. That doesn't mean that they're all doing it for the exact same reason. And just because someone says they're doing something for a specific reason doesn't mean you shouldn't look and see if their actions line up with what they're saying.
Very funny. Well, that's where we're going to leave this episode with Montana's stunning analysis there. Are we excited?
Never tell if you're being serious.
Are we excited for episode 9 of My Hero Academia Season 3?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.